Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making organic meatloaf with bone broth. This quick and easy dinner only takes about 15 minutes to prep, and then it's baking in your oven and it's gonna make your kitchen smell delicious. If you guys are new to cooking with bone broth, it couldn't be easier. I do it all the time and it adds added nutrients, protein, and a delicious umami flavor to dishes. So let's get started on making this organic meatloaf. And now I have a large mixing bowl here with 1 pound of organic grass-fed ground beef. Next, we're gonna add half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of diced yellow onion. Next, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of beef bone broth. And I'm using Kettle and Fire organic beef bone broth today. This is my favorite, I buy it all the time. I love Kettle and Fire. They also make a chicken, and you guys could do chicken if you want, but I'm using beef just because we have beef in our meatloaf tonight. Next, we're gonna add in 1 large egg. This is gonna help bind this meatloaf together along with the breadcrumbs. Next, we have 1 tablespoon of ketchup and 1 tablespoon of barbecue sauce. Next, we have our spices, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of pepper. Now we're just gonna mix this up with a spatula to combine everything completely. So once the meatloaf is all mixed up and everything is combined completely, you'll just see the little bits of onion that are poking through, and that's totally okay. If you guys don't want to use fresh onions because you don't want the little pieces of onions in your meatloaf, you can substitute it for half a teaspoon of onion powder. And now you guys want to grab your roasting rack. I'm just using my 1/4 sheet pan roasting rack here. And if you guys don't have one, you can easily make your own roasting rack with a rimmed baking sheet and a cooling rack. Just place it right on top of the baking sheet. So now it's time to form the meatloaf into a log, and I find it easiest if you just do this with your hands. So you just want to form this into a loaf that's about the length of the 1/4 sheet pan. Doesn't have to be perfect. And the reason we're using a roasting rack or a cooling rack on top of a baking sheet here is for airflow. This is going to ensure that the meatloaf is cooked properly, also that you get that beautiful crust on the outside and that it's not soggy. Now this is ready to bake. Now it's time to bake this meatloaf at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. Then we're gonna brush on the sauce and bake it for a few more minutes. So while the meatloaf is baking, we're gonna mix up our sauce. I have half a cup of barbecue sauce, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and then we're also adding 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. And we're just gonna mix this together with a fork. You're just gonna mix this until completely combined, and then we're just gonna let this hang out for a minute while the meatloaf bakes. As soon as the timer goes off, then we're going to brush this sauce onto the meatloaf, and then we're gonna bake it for a little bit longer to get that perfect crust. Now it's time to brush the sauce on top of the meatloaf. Once the meatloaf is done, I like to sprinkle it with a little bit of chopped fresh parsley. This is totally optional, but I think it gives it a little bit of an earthy and fresh tasting flavor. I hope you guys enjoyed this organic meatloaf with bone broth as much as we do. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment below. And if you want more healthy and nostalgic recipes just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.